Hello, welcome to Tae Kwon Do training. I'll be your instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. What I'd like to do on today's show is some very easy technique, very basic. And what we're going to do is try to keep our kicks really low. So a lot of times people start Tae Kwon Do, they have a hard time stretching. They have a hard time with their body parts because it's the way their body is made up. So this is going to be for those people who have a hard time anything over midsection with their kicks. What I'm going to do is throw some very light, basic, low kicks, and we're going to follow it up with a hand technique. Or we'll do a hand technique and then follow it up with a low kick. All right. So what we're going to do, and even though we're going to do low kicks and whatever, and, nothing that's high stretching or whatever, you still want to stretch. Before you start doing a lot of movement, especially with the kicks, because your legs get really tight from walking around all the time, you want to stretch them, loosen them up, warm them up, so that you don't stretch a muscle out, hurt yourself. You don't want to be doing that. And by warming up your body before any exercise, before any kind of activity, all right, any sporting activity, warming yourself up is very important. So if you belong to any organization, no matter what it is, and your coach doesn't warm you up, or whoever's running the show doesn't warm you up, tell them that you should be warming up a good 15, 20 minutes before. Get your body ready. All right, let's get right into it. We're going to start from a fighting stance. Remember, the fighting stance is almost kind of like walking, right? Shoulder width apart with the feet. Right? That's your fighting stance. Try to keep the body nice and loose. We're just going to start off with a front snap kick. It's going to be I'm going to keep it, say, low section, low to mid, all right? Say we'll go belt level. We'll say mid. We'll call it mid. All right. We'll start with the back leg. We're up here. We're up here. Someone's coming in. They're going to throw a punch. Front snap, all right? All right, so if you've been watching my show, that's an easy kick to do. Front snap. That's our basic kick. Front snap to the midsection. You chamber up, kick, come back, and you chamber back. You don't chamber and just drop it. All right, so you chamber, kick, and come back. All right, unless you're going to go forward. All right, so this time what we'll do is we'll kick and we'll step down. All right, just so that we can follow up with a punch. So someone's coming in. Front snap, punch. All right, front snap, punch. Front snap, punch as you land. Now look, you could come back with any other kind of kick or another punch. We're just going to do a couple of easy basic techniques today. All right? Or you could have punch. Anything I do with my kick to my hand technique, I can do with my hand technique to my kick. I can do the opposite. All right? That's easy enough. All right? So kick, punch. All right? So what's going to happen, say they're coming in, and you throw the kick midsection. You throw a kick midsection, and you hit them or you don't. The hands might drop to block, or you hit them, and the hands drop. You kick, the hands drop, you punch right in. You punch right in. All right? 1, 2. And then you practice it that way. 1, 2. Right? You can punch midsection, high section. Right? Or you can have punch, then front snap kick. Now, after you do, say, a punch, front snap kick, look at my foot. I'm ready to go. All right? I either end up in a fighting stance or a shorter stance so that I can go and keep my balance. You want to keep your balance after every kick. You want to be able to get into another kick or a hand technique, but have the balance. If you have a kick and you drop like this, right? I do that all the time, drop like that. Look at it, it's woof. Now you're stuck to the floor. They're going to come in and they're going to be all over you. So what you want to try to do is always keep your balance. Your center of gravity, you want to kind of keep it straight as you can. Right? You don't have to be straight this way. Your hands are up. You see how I'm keeping my hands closer? I always tell my students, your hands should be close enough to touch your face at all times when you're fighting. Now, I watch, a lot of times I'll watch Olympic action, or I'll watch these young fighters and stuff, and they do this, all right? That's flashy. All right, that's fine. You can do the same thing right from here and be able to block. All right? So this means I'm not scared of you, and go ahead, throw your punch or your kick, and you get nailed sooner or later because someone's always faster, or you got caught off guard. Your hands are here. You at least put your hand up and catch that kick or drop it. Look at it. up high, up, down, here. I'm blocking my face. You want to block your head at all times. And if not just your head, your midsection. So look at me. I'm covering all that area. Somebody says, what about low section? It's easy to just let gravity plus my muscles push down and do a block. All right? So try to remember that. And I'm talking even if you're trying to defend yourself out in the street. Minute, if you're going to fight, if somebody's coming at you and you're going to fight, the minute you start to do this, right? Minute they see this, they know that they might be in for some kind of battle. Because all of a sudden the hands are up, whether you know what you're doing or not. The hands are up. Now you're in some kind of fighting stance. Just practicing this movie is, this move is intimidating. All right. Now you're saying, all right, here we go. At least I'm going to try. And 90% of the time, or to me, I say 100% of the time, someone's attacking you out in the street or bullying you, whatever. They really don't know how to fight probably that much. They're just so used to being a big shot. And if they did train and knew how to fight, they wouldn't be attacking or bullying people. That wouldn't be in their mentality. All right, say 99% of the people. All right, you always get that 1%. So your hands come up. And how easy is that? Your hands come up. All right, 1, 2. All right, front snap. Now see how I did my front snap and I dropped? I didn't drop down here. All right, I went front snap. Bah. All right, front snap. Bah. All right, do both sides. All right, one snap, then come in, punch. Okay, front snap, boom. All right, front snap, bah, bah. All right, front snap, block, bah. All right, that's how you're following up. Front snap, block, bah. Getting ready for the next. That's pretty easy, front snap kick. That's the first kick that we show a student at our school, Tae Kwon Do. It's basic. It's very easy. It's just front snap to the front. So if you've never trained in your life before, and you're an older person, say, and you say, how hard is this? Right? You practice in the mirror. Say with the back leg first. Right? And you can practice it with your front leg. Back leg will get you more power because you're swinging forward. You're moving forward. You're putting power forward. Front leg, you almost got to pick up, then throw it out. You still get a lot of power, but nothing like your back leg. And that's on all your kicks when you're practicing your kicks. Your back leg will always get the power, the one that has the most distance from the beginning of the kick to the target. That was front snap kick. All right, so say, and you instead of front snap kick, back fist, you can throw any kind of attack. Front snap kick, palm. All right, front snap kick, knife hand. You practice them all. All right, and you practice with a block and then an attack. See the combinations that I put together? Pretty easy. If you've been following martial arts or following my show, and any combination that you like. All right, so you just put your own combinations together and you've got something that you can work with. And everyone's got different combinations because of body types, so work with yours. And the faster you do these combinations, or the more you do them, the faster you'll become. All right, and you'll pick up speed and power the more you do it. You do it in the mirror. You do it with a friend. You do it with your pads. All right, your heavy bag, someone holding a pad. If you don't have any of that, just do it out into the midair. All right. All right. So this one, side thrust. Again, we'll be in a fighting stance. I like doing all my techniques like this, especially when you're going to be doing like self-defense or fighting in that fighting stance. A lot of times we'll train in a horse riding stance. All right. Or we'll train in a back stance. Back stance we used to train all the time. All right. But now it's not as we realized over the years. All right. We've morphed from back stance to the fighting stance for speed. All right. You're in a left fighting stance here. Someone's coming in. Doesn't matter if they're small, medium, big, large, muscular. It doesn't matter. If you're here, someone's coming in fast, and you come in, you give them a side thrust kick to the midsection or to the knees. You're going to stop them if you hit them. And you say, well, how do you know you're going to hit them? Well, you don't, but you're going to take that chance. They're coming at you. All right? And if you don't, you're a free target. Never be a free target for anyone. All right? Once you show someone you're a free target for a while. Once you show you're going to fight back, now they're going, uh-oh. Right? And every once in a while, you might get a good shot in there. So you'd never, being passive is one thing, but when it's danger, and I mean danger, or someone's really picking on you, you have to learn how to defend yourself, and you have to practice how to defend yourself. All right? Or you're going to get hurt. All right? And then they're going to do it to somebody else. So let's stop that cycle. All right? No bullying. You're here. All right, look at it. You're here. They're coming in. They're coming in fast. See how I chamber. See how I chamber. They're coming in. Now, between they're running in at me if they're coming at me or walking in, whatever, and me coming in here, meeting them with that kick, I'm adding to the power. All right? So from here up, bah, it doesn't take much. I've got a chamber. I've got a chamber. Right? And when you're doing a side thrust, I like to tell my students here, and when you see me doing this show, and you say, wow, he always says that. Yeah. If I'm saying something every show, that means it's important. All right? And I'm not saying this is how you start. All right, see my foot? But this is a knife edge. Right? And that's this edge part of your foot. That's the part that's going to hit. You don't want to hit the flat part. If you do, fine. But you want to hit with that knife edge. There's more power in it. All right? And that's the outside of your foot. All right? So what we're going to do is we're in a fighting stance. They're coming in. Your chamber. All right? They're coming in. You go for the knee. Up. Bah. The knee's not hard, and you don't have to chamber hard if you can't, if you don't have that kind of stretch. There's the knee right there. Even if you're the tall guy, this is the knee right there. No matter how tall you are. Might be an inch more, but here's where the knees are. 8 pounds will take a knee out. A child with the right amount of pressure, all right, can take a big guy out if they were to hit him in the right spot on the knee. Especially on the side of the knee. But if you hit in the front of the knee, all right, if you hit in the front of the knee, you're going to snap the knee back. You're going to hurt. The knee is weak. And we know that because every sport that they play, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, they have knee problems down the road, all right? No matter what kind of science we have, unless they're wearing certain braces all the time, and athletes don't want to do that because it slows them down a little. It could save their longevity, but it slows them down, so they don't wear it. So no matter what kind of workouts, and I mean, it's good to do workouts, get the muscles stretched, and some weightlifting, whatever, build the muscles. But if something hits the knee, it's so weak, it stops you. Groin area stops you. There are certain parts of the human body cannot be developed through weight training or through anything that a good martial artist, if they can pinpoint their shots, can take out anyone, right? No matter who they are. So you're here, they're coming in. Bah! Knife hand strike. 1, 2 to the neck. So if you hit him in the knee, or you hit him in midsection, and his hands drop a little, knife hand. Now you throw a knife hand to the neck area, you've already distracted him with the bad knee. I mean, I don't want to overkill, but you have to do what you have to do, and you have to think fast when it comes to defending yourself or your loved ones. All right? If your children are watching the show and they're practicing, please be here. Do not, and tell them, don't be practicing without supervision. Somebody's going to get hurt. All right? 4 or 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 10-year-olds, by themselves do not know the power that they have. They throw the right kick at the right person or the right friend, they're going to hurt them. All right, I don't want to be the guy on the show, oh, we watched him, he told us to do it. I'm telling you not to. Do not let them train or practice without supervision. All right? I say that on almost every show, too. All right? You're here. Now look at how easy this is. My hands are up. My hands are up. They're coming in. They're coming in. They're looking at me in the eyes. My hands are up. Are they ready for that? They might not even see it coming. All right? Now you say, well, what if you miss? Well, you tried. right? And if you'd missed, you follow up with a punch, right? So here, now, as you land, see my hands are here, I still kind of cock it back, boom, straight to the face. Maybe you won't miss that one. Maybe you'll connect with both. See how easy that is? Tae Kwon Do isn't as hard. Excuse me. People say they see these high, crazy kicks, these spin kicks, these unbelievable kicks. You don't have to learn that. You don't even have to know that. That's fun, all right? A lot of it's gymnastics. It's useless compared to just basic technique, but it's flashy. So people look at the flashiness and says, I could never do that, and I'm not even going to try. But you can do this. In a side thrust, I showed you this. This is how you start. You practice. Look at it. Nice and easy. Up, kick, down, down. Up, kick, down. Always practice both sides and down. Up, kick, down, and look in the direction. I'm looking in your direction because I'm talking to you, but practice that. Practice that. Get faster, faster, stronger, faster, stronger. When you do practice it, you do get faster and you do get stronger. Your muscles build. And not only, you know, one thing great about Tae Kwon Do, you're learning how to defend yourself. You're learning how to kick. But boy, you're working on your body. You're keeping your body in shape. You're keeping your body moving. You know, I don't mind telling people I'm going to be 66 at the end of this year, in October, by the end of the year. 66. I feel like I can go with a teenager. I have the knowledge. I have the stamina. I do get sore. I do get, you know, your muscles over the years, you got to really work, and then you got to take care of them. You can't be crazy. But what happens if you train like that and train like that, your muscles get used to it, muscle memory, all right? So that this is so easy and so fast, right? And you're doing it fast, and you're doing it strong, right? And then you practice the basics. Chamber, kick, down. Chamber, kick, down, chamber again, all right? Chamber, kick, down. And the reason that when I chamber again, so I bring it back. I don't just chamber and drop, all right? I chamber, bring it down so that I'm ready for what my next move might be, whether it's another kick, right? And so say I did a side thrust kick, then I followed up with a front snap, both midsection, both low section, right? Right? Side thrust to the knee, front snap to the midsection. That's how combinations, you develop combinations. You'll see that a lot of times with martial arts, Tae Kwon Do. High, everything's high, because it's flashy. And if they're going to show you, they want you to see flashy. You can learn the martial arts without being crazy flashy, okay? All right, so that was front snap, side thrust. We'll do one more side thrust kick. I mean a front round kick, excuse me. You can do front round to the knee, or you can do front round midsection. Again, we're not going high section. Again, with the front round, you're chambering this way now. Now, if that's too much for your muscles to handle or your hips to handle, just chamber as far as you can, because you're only going. You can hit with the tip of your foot if you have sneakers or shoes on. If you don't, what we try to do is curl our toes back to hit the ball of a foot. That's a little advanced, and you'd have to practice that. And you practice that by constantly stretching and curling your toes back so that you hit with the ball of your foot, not your toes. All right? Or you can hit with the instep. All right? You can hit with the instep. If you have shoes on and you hit with the point, or even with sneakers, might as well take a bat and hit someone, because that's what it's going to feel like. All right? So you can hit with the point. When you don't have shoes or anything, if you hit with your toes, you're going to break your toes. So you want to, you know, you gotta watch it. Your toes are wiggly, and they will break. I've broken every toe more than once. So and that's through fighting and stuff. And it's the more that you train, the more advanced you get. You're fighting with advanced people. You're fighting with faster people. You're both going boom, and all of a sudden, a block. They got a block out, or you hit their shin. And broken toes are we just tape it up. We never went to the hospital. We just taped that thing up. Keep training, all right? It hurts. So that's you try to stay away from that. All right, so front round kick. I go like this. Look at it, right to the knee. side of the knee. Whoa, that hurts, especially if you have shoes or sneakers on. Bah. Right? We're coming here. Right? We're coming here. Right? That's how you practice. Right? See how I'm chambering coming back? Or I'm chambering and dropping. All right? See my foot that's on the ground that's balancing? See how it twists a little? I'm trying to twist into that kick. That twist is going to have my body going in the right direction, and I'm going to be able to pick up speed by twisting my hip into it. As you get advanced, you start popping your hip into it. So your kick is a kick, but then your kick with a hip jog snaps that kick and gives you a tremendous amount more power. As I said earlier, one kick, 8 pounds of pressure would do a number on someone's knee. And if you hit them in the groin area, you hit them in the floating rib here, or the ribs, you break a rib easy. All right? Bah, right to the rib. All right? Again, I've had broken floating ribs. You don't want to move. You don't want to cough. You don't want to laugh. You don't want to fight. You want to go home. So if your bully or your opponent is coming in, and you were lucky to catch him here with your shoes, you're going to break a rib if you catch him right, especially if you had shoes on. Again, like a bat. Right? It's like, bah! And if you're lucky to get the floating rib, which are very, very weak, there are 2 ribs in the back. I think it's 2 ribs. I don't think there's more, but I could be wrong. But they're floating ribs, and they're like this. They're not connected to anything. And they can snap and break. Painful. All right? So it'll stop your opponent. Groin area, need I say more? And the knees. If you're an older person, you can't get your leg up too high, that knee right there is good. Anything here. And if you didn't hit the knee and you hit the side of the side of your leg, your calf area, you're still going to cause a lot of problem if you had shoes on. So your thing is to learn the kick. See? Bah! I'm just doing a basic kick, a basic punch, because that's easy. Kick. See as I'm landing? Bah! So you kick them in the knee. They felt it. Everything drops. When you kick someone low section, droppage. It happens if you're connected. That means you're wide open here. You just, oh, thank you. You know? Bah! Wide open. Boom! Right? You notice I'm not kicking and going, rah! You know? Well, that's a roundhouse and that, that's something else. Bah! Boom. Here's your right cross. Right to the jaw, right to the face, right to the nose. Knock your opponent right out. So there's 3 easy kicks. Low section, midsection. Practice at home. Front snap kick. Side thrust kick. All right? Now, so notice when I did the side thrust kick with my back leg, I had to turn and pivot. If I do it with my front leg, I just pick up and do this, right? I just pick up and do that. But if I'm in the back, I've got to pivot and then throw that. So that's a little different. You can practice that, all right? And then front round kick. 3 easy kicks. Practice landing right all the time. So that when you land, it's like walking. It's a walk. It's not a weeble wobbles. It's not a ba-boom. It's like, say, ballet. All right? You're keeping up. You're keeping up straight. You're not letting your body wobble like that because gravity, your worst enemy right now, it wants to drop you down. If you went like this and leaned, eventually you fall over. The same thing with the fast kicks or whatever. Do any kind of leaning and stuff, now you're fighting gravity plus your opponent. And if your hands are up and you throw any of these front snap, side thrust, front round, look at, I'm ready to throw anything I want with my punches. Or any hand technique, any block, I'm just ready to do it because I'm right there. I'm not on an angle. I'm not kicking and down here. All right? I'm standing up straight, ready to go. Again, you want to keep your your foot's down. See, a lot of times, and I tell my students, try to keep your feet off the ground. When we're doing combinations, we're doing kicks, right? Not your feet, your heels, excuse me. Keep your heels off the ground, right? You can put them down for a second, bring them back up. You do that, all right? If you walk around like this with your heels not touching, all right? You walk around, your whole body's starting to bounce, right? Everything's like your hinges are working. But when you walk, everything's getting tight. Everything's, it's the same thing when you run and stuff. You want to be as smooth as you possibly can. Because if you're not smooth, boom, 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 constant repetition on the joints, going to hurt you. All right? So you want to try, as I say, as you get older, you remember, you write things down, you know what's going to keep you healthy. So you can train, keep training. I never want to stop training. All right? So 100 years old, I'm going to throw some kicks. There might be all low section and midsection, that's fine. I'm just going to keep training. It's in my blood. All right, I love it, and I know some self-defense. All right, as I say, you can do anything you want. Aerobics, you do this and that, and that's fine. Anything you do is fine. But when you practice Tae Kwon Do, you're learning self-defense. Plus, you're getting that workout, and every muscle in your body will get a workout with Tae Kwon Do. When I say every muscle in your body, believe me. All right, you'll feel it. When you do these exercises, cool down after, stretch a little, take it easy, don't go crazy and work out for 2 hours the first time. Take your time, all right, and you can work out the next day. You're not really hurting, a couple of days later, right? But if you work out crazy the first day and you're not ready, next day you're walking like this, right? Especially in Tae Kwon Do, I say all the muscles in the legs, your back, you're gonna hurt for a couple of days. Then you're gonna say, oh, that killed me. I can't do it. So moderation, and then build up as you start feeling great. That's all the time we have for tonight's class. Enjoy yourself, train hard, and have fun.